All right, let's dive on in here to blue-white. Blue-white flyers, blue-white skies. Our big payoff here in this deck is Sephara Skyblade. Unlike some of the other variations of these blue-white flying decks, this is an iteration that's not playing the Lord at 4. Our big payoff that we're focusing on is the Skyblade. Cards from the new set that we have are Hypnotic Sprite, Vantress Gargoyle, as well as Stolen by Fae here. Return a creature with converted mana cost X to its owner's hand. You get X 1/1 blue flying fairy tokens. That's an interesting one to have. At any rate, let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this one and see how it goes. We're 2 hours away from the ladder resetting, so we'll be able to play matches on the ladder again later today once we lock up our top 1200 spot. I'd probably try and ride it out, Raging Nomad. If you, that's a spot where, like, if you lose once, you might not have enough time to win back up. So I'd probably just gamble that you're going to be good. Yikes. Okay. All right. Obviously you should do you, but if I was you, I'd sit. This card cannot block unless we have 4 or more cards in our hand, and cannot attack unless the defending player has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. But otherwise, it's a very chunky boy, so... This is actually a very good draw, because it provides 2 bodies in a single card, which is great for us. Yeah, this is a card I'm kind of suspect on. Now, this is something that's nice, right? Like, my 2-drop is just trading with their 4-drop here, which is, like, pretty appealing. So, like, these colors don't really have proactive removal spells that are very good. So I could see Gargoyle being good in this shell as basically just, like, a pseudo removal spell / brick wall that occasionally gets to attack. Go ahead and do this. Try and keep them off getting hinged down next turn. All of the adventure cards are very good. Flying Dump Truck. Any flying creature lets us any non-Sephara flying creature lets us drop Sephara next turn, which would be great. That actually works, right? Alright, sure, in. Not having Siren Storm Tamer anymore to protect Sephara feels pretty bad. So hopefully they're out of removal spells. If they're out of Doomblades, we're gonna be in a good spot. Narrator, they weren't out of Doomblades. Are they dead? They are dead, right? And then a fart. Alright. Alright. I'm into it. I'm into it. That was a turn. That was a turn. Rally to me. Yeah, ain't that the voice line? Hey, Adian, thank you for the 2 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hypnotic Sprite and Stolen by Fae both seem a little bit medium. Aether Gust is absurd here, obviously. Am I interested in Sky Tether or Deputy of Detentions? Yeah, the art on here is real good. Don't want it in this matchup, but the art's good. I feel like I want just the extra Deputy here, because the Deputy can take their Henge out of play, which seems ideal. Yeah, the opponent looks to be playing green-black Henge, or something akin to it. Let's try this. Sure. Actually, so I think Gargoyle's pretty good in this matchup, especially if we don't mulligan. So just like trades with their first threat, which is nice. Yeah, Stolen by the Fae kind of feels like it's another one of those cards where it's like, did this like take a permanent at one point? Like what entrancing? Well, I feel like from a story perspective, like Stolen by the Fae should just be like entrancing melody with some fairy kicker or something like that. Maybe that's too good. If they attack with this Knight of the Ebon Legion, I'm going to trade with the Gargoyle, because not only does that trade 1-for-1, but it takes up their entire turn, which is ideal for us. So, not only is this a reasonable 1-for-1 trade for us, but in terms of the tempo it creates, I think it's a worthwhile exchange. If Stolen by the Fae was instant, that would be sweet. Well, our plan of drawing spells this game has not quite come to fruition just yet. We're ahead on board, but not really. Ooh. Deal. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. I mean, like, they're actually, like, super far ahead, right? Like, they have an unblockable hasty 4/4 with Vigilance. I can cast that next turn. Glass half full. I'm gonna get a damage in here. Maybe this is bad because we're dead to a removal spell. Yeah, I probably shouldn't leave myself. We're pretty dead to a removal spell either way, though. Maybe they don't have Murderer or Noxious Grasp. If they do, we're dead. If they don't, we're in a pretty reasonable spot. That's not a murder. That's not a murder. Are we doing it? I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I feel like this is what it looks like. Did I just miss lethal? I think I was supposed to attack there. I about to get Veil Summered? Ha! This lets me kill the questing beast, which is funny. Alright, so if I attack with everything and they double block here, they take 4 and then they die, right? So if I attack with everything, they can't double block this, right? Yeah, I'm saying, so like, they double block here, they block, they take 4, right? Yeah, I'm not saying I can attack with this. Then they die to this. They can block with just this and then go 3. Rankle lets them get back one of these big monsters, though, and then I die on the backswing. Oh, I gained 7 from the attack. Yeah, that's true. All right. Thought my Fox was supposed to be upgraded. I thought I got an upgraded Fox. Do I have to reselect him to get the upgraded Fox? You have to apply... Oh, you have to apply a specific version? Profile, pet select. We have an uncommon Fox. Get Crash and upgrade there. For those of you who are new, that's our new pet Fox. We named him Crash in honor of the Arena stable release. Our Miser Tranquil Cove just being like super feel bads. I think this hand's definitely a keep, but we'd prefer if this Tranquil Cove was something else. Been playing Mardu Knights and the deck is sweet. I agree. That's definitely one of my favorite aggro decks at the moment. Plains is a good draw. Let's Spectral Sailor into Winged Words here. And then hopefully that'll propel us into an untapped source. Oh no. Rude. Not gonna lie, I thought this was a draft deck for a second. Also rude. That's very fair, Hickahuck. The real question we need to ask is, how many flame sweeps is the opponent playing? The answer is a lot. We might be a little bit sad. I don't have a change log for you, Fitzbull. Feel free to compare. Thanks for the 9 months, Bone Daddy. It's named Crash. Crash Bandicoot's actually one of Christie's favorite games. Man, we're about to get flame swept, aren't we? Please just shock me. Please just shock me. Deal. Yeah, getting shocked there is like good for us because it means they don't have flame sweep at the moment. Opponent's deck's probably going to have a real bad time with Skyblade. The blue-red deck tends to really struggle with large creatures like Regisaur, and this is just as large and scarier because they can't race it because it lifelinks. Fibblethip. Okay. They're probably playing Alliance in their deck. This is a second card draw for your turn. They could be playing Phoenix. They could also just be playing Alliance. Alright, well. If they don't murder our friends, we could play a Skyblade next turn, theoretically. I don't have high hopes for our friends. Our opponent's deck's probably going to make the Gargoyle attack pretty often, though, right? Like shocks and ops and stuff like that. I bet they fill their graveyard up relatively quickly. Thanks for the half a year, Grader. Welcome back. Yeah, the Skyblade does cost 1 even with 4 creatures, so I couldn't just, like, Stolen by the Fae, make 2 things, play Sephara there. Sephara. Whatever you want to call it. Teferi's incredibly rude and is probably going to kill our token, draw a card. Opponent could just be Jeskai Planeswalkers. First time chatter, long time viewer. I don't know who gifted me a sub, but thank you. Well, welcome to Huglandia, Primus. Hope you're having an excellent Monday. I don't know, theoreticals like that are like not worth thinking about. I will say that Magic Online makes Wizards of the Coast absurd amounts of money. Or to give you a specific, the last Magic Online MCQ I played in took in 5 digits worth of entry fees, and it paid out all digital prizes as product. The only non-digital prize was an invite to the Mythic Championship. I don't think Moto's going anywhere anytime soon. Brazen Borrower is such a tempo beating. Yeah, exactly, Boshek. That invite come with travel and no, you gotta get there yourself. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Yikes. Yikes.
I'll protect you.
Hey, Fox, thanks for the half a year of support. Yeah, definitely okay to give some subs for Burn. Spread the love. Light them up. They're on fire. Do 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 do. Feeling pretty helpless here.
I know 88 ways to defeat with thoughtfulness before action.
Narset in your deck full of adventure creatures is an interesting choice. Hey, thanks for rolling out some sub gifties, Fox. Happy to get Burn on the docket. Well, we were bound to do that at some point this season. That's fine. We weren't winning that game anyways. Weren't winning that game. Doesn't matter. Could take any other lines there. Wasn't about to win. Negate sounds great. Unsummon sounds terrible. Deputy of Detention sounds terrible. I guess I'll bring in an Aether Gust to tempo a random red spell. Not excited about it, but it is what it is. It's gotta let him know what's up. Let him know that even though Narset makes my spell do nothing, I'm still entitled to cast it. It actually got added to the Q Today branch, so it'll be in there for later this week. Dwight, 43 months is a long time. Many a magic trip ago. Thank you for the tier 2. I hope life's treating you well. Yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if the Esper deck's very good against like all these random Oko decks. The Narset's definitely a fan of the base. Brings the base. Whoop whoop. The glowing red, no. It haunts my dreams. Makes me sad even when I'm not awake. Anyway, you can force Arena to have even power graphics. I crash every few minutes into the latest patch. What do you mean power graphics? What does that mean? You mean lower? Do you mean lower graphics? Probably lower graphics. No, Arena doesn't have. Arena is a fully released product. That's definitely stable and ready to be called a release. How do we beat a 1/4 that flies, chat? How do I ever beat a 1/4? Figured, found the line. Found the line. The lower graphic setting is on the same screen as two-factor authentication. Sounds right. Two-factor authentication wasn't even on their roadmap, right? Like they had a loose roadmap of features and two-factor like wasn't even on it. I guess it's really not a big deal to not have two-factor authentication because it's not like people spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on their Magic Arena accounts. So, like, protecting something like that's not really a big deal. It's a free-to-play game. Nobody spends any money on it, right? You don't need it to be secure. Maybe I'm supposed to grab the Sephara there just because I'm less likely to find another Sephara than I am to find a bunch of other flying creatures. Although, now I'm super happy that I drew some Miscreants. Does HF have two-factor authentication? I have no idea. But you also don't... A good response to this thing's important and reasonable to have is never this other company also doesn't do it. Like, if somebody else sucking is not an excuse for you to also suck. Cannon Hammer, thanks for re-upping that Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So we like to refer to as a whataboutism. It's a very bad faith discussion tactic that's employed very commonly in the year 2018. Battle.net does in fact have two-factor authentication. God bless. Let's do this because it blocks. Whatever year it is, ain't nobody care. Zap, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I might have just knocked something off the corner of my desk. It's gonna be okay. Might have. Maybe, possibly. Allegedly. I have allegedly knocked something off the end of my desk. That sound made me think my cat had followed me to work. Thanks, Calamity. Yikes. I guess we attack this down. I guess that's not too big of a deal. Finale of Eternity, that's a good one to get rid of. Flip that one right on off there. Do I want to hold up Sprite? Or do I want to just play Executioner? I think I want to just play Executioner.
Remember, you reap what you sow.
Gargoyle's been okay, dude light. The whole deck felt a little middling overall. This deck feels like a lot like the Flash decks that we've played with and against, where like the ultimate power level, the individual power level of everything that we're doing is kind of low. And like we have this one thing that's like kind of strong in Sephara, but on average what we're doing is kind of unimpressive. You can believe anything you read on the internet, Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, Abe's a good guy. Why would Abe lie to us? Why would Abe lie to us? So now I have to decide, can't block unless you have 4 or more cards in. Do I want to skip playing a land to block? And I might have to counterspell something anyway, so I think the answer is no. He wrote that in between hunting vampires. Excellent. Yeah, I agree, dude. Like, we definitely commented on that earlier. Losing Storm Tamer, I agree, was a big deal. We have a bunch of lifelinkers here is the issue. Does this Abe guy have a Twitter? Definitely. I'm countering this because I wanted to make a decision, Marty. Why do you have to be so mean about the choices I make, Marty? I just wanted to make choices. Listen, their Ugin was really worried about that card, okay? All I'm going to say is their Ugin was really worried about that card. Unreliable variables. I'm Ugin. Let's get our scry on during our upkeep here. I do my best, Dalen. Oh, they just spent murder on that. One of your finest Sepharas, please. Snuggle Bear, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Magic Mirror's not really a constructed playable card, in my opinion. It just takes too much time to get set up. It takes too much time to get going once you set it up. And there's too many Okos and other random crap in the format that's just going to punish you. Deputy is definitely dummy thick. He's a big boy. I blocked the Death Touch one. That's fine. We weren't drawing a thing anyways. Didn't matter, did anyways. Yeah, playing against all these various green decks without real removal feels really bad. Like this is not really a removal spell. To be fair, I don't think the Lord really makes, like, for people that are wondering why there's not Lords, the core answer to your question is this is a viewer-submitted deck list like most of the things we play, so someone else built it. The second point is I'm not really sure having a random Lord makes us win a lot of these games that we're playing. Yeah, basically, and this is something we've talked about before when evaluating decks. Like, this key card in this deck is Sephara, and the question you want to ask yourself about your decks that revolve around a key card is how good are those decks when they don't draw their key card? And the answer to that question is this one feels pretty bad without Sephara, and even when we find her, she just dies to removal spells and bounce spells and Oko. Like, there's so many things that, like, when we don't have our payoff, our deck seems unplayable, and even when we do have our payoff, there's enough interaction for it that it doesn't seem great, right? Like, we're playing a lot of low power cards individually to try and have a synergy payoff, and our synergy payoff isn't proportional in power level to how many weak cards we're playing in the other games. So to answer your question, can we play something else now? Yes. I like to give a wrap up and talk about ways we can improve things. So for those of you that are wondering how you fix this one, this little button here at the end, you just click that and it'll prompt you for a confirmation, and then the deck's perfect. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today with us. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, or sometimes even 50 hours a week on busy set release times like this. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. All those deck titles you see listed in the stream title are the decks I'm intending to play today in the order in which I intend to play them. As always, I'd love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. The Vitamin String Quartet creates unique instrumental string arrangements of everything from Zelda to Zeppelin, and they would love to underscore your next gaming session. You can find them streaming now on services such as Spotify and Apple Music. BCW Supplies, only ones you should trust to protect your paper, Magic the Gathering, and other TCG cards. Using code HOAGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Flying Dump Truck. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And of course, the Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series every single month. All right, we're heading on in to our next deck here. Let's make it a little bit prettier. We're going to try some green-red Arclight Phoenix. Some Groll Phoenix. Whitacer, thank you for the brand new Prime Support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. I appreciate you keeping me employed this month with that. Yeah, I saw Durward playing something similar to this last night. He had some differences that we're not doing here. This build is notably not playing the mana filtering adventure, which might be wrong. That's something we'll want to think about while we play through for sure. Yeah, the green not quite Manamorphose.